Imagine a scenario where the only COVID vaccine available for children under 5 might suddenly disappear from the market. This is a real possibility, as the US Food and Drug Administration, FDA, may not renew Pfizer's emergency use authorization for its pediatric COVID vaccine this fall, according to an email obtained by The Guardian. But here's where it gets controversial. Moderna might step in to fill the supply gap. But there are significant caveats. The Pfizer vaccine, which is currently the only option for children aged 6 months to 4 years, could be pulled from the market. This move would leave a significant void in vaccine availability for young children. The Moderna vaccine, while approved for children with certain health conditions, is not a universal solution. Similarly, the Novavax pediatric vaccine is only available for children aged 12 and up with health conditions. George Benjamin, executive director of the American Public Health Association, expressed his concerns. It certainly would create a hole in the availability of vaccines. And to do it this late in the season, I think clearly it's inappropriate. According to an email from the National Center for Immunization and Respiratory Diseases, NCIRD, Pfizer was informed by the FDA that the emergency use authorization for its pediatric COVID vaccine might not be renewed for the 2025 respiratory season. This email, sent to state and local vaccination grantees, highlights the potential disruption in vaccine supply. Pfizer expects its COVID vaccine for children aged 5 to 11 to be fully licensed this fall, which could offer some relief. However, the situation for younger children remains uncertain. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC, is in discussions with Moderna to rapidly increase its vaccine supply for young children. This includes planning for volume, timing, and potential supply gaps. Chris Ridley, a Moderna spokesperson, assured, "We are working to ensure there will be sufficient supply." However, the CDC, the US Department for Health and Human Services, HHS, and Pfizer have not responded to media inquiries by publication time. In July, Moderna received FDA approval for its pediatric COVID shot, but it was only approved for children with specific health conditions. This limitation could further restrict access to COVID vaccines for young children. Benjamin pointed out, "We already have a low number of people using the vaccines to start with. There hasn't been enough promotion of vaccinations for kids, and then you have Mr. Robert Jr.'s unscientific statements about the safety and efficacy of vaccines, particularly COVID vaccines, for both pregnant women and kids. It has muddied the waters of what people know about the safety and efficacy of the vaccine. Despite the vaccine's proven effectiveness, especially against hospitalization and death, vaccination rates among children remain low. Only 5.6% of children aged 6 months to 4 years are vaccinated against COVID, and about 15% of children aged 5 to 17 are vaccinated, according to the CDC. While older adults have the highest rates of hospitalization and death, children continue to experience hospitalization rates from COVID similar to those in 2020 and 2021. There are also long-term concerns with COVID infection. Benjamin explained, "We don't know the long-term impact for kids who have gotten COVID as a disease. We do know it does cause a multisystemic inflammatory process in a number of kids, which is very severe. And we don't know the long-term implications for long COVID in kids. COVID cases are rising in many parts of the US, adding to the urgency of the situation. Health officials are proposing and implementing various vaccine restrictions, making the need for a reliable vaccine supply even more critical. And this is the part most people miss. The potential long-term effects of COVID on children are still largely unknown, and the lack of a widely available vaccine could exacerbate this issue. So, what do you think? Should the FDA prioritize renewing Pfizer's emergency use authorization for its pediatric COVID vaccine? Or should we rely on Moderna and Novavax to fill the gap? Share your thoughts in the comments below.